Hi everybody. Today we're looking at an inspired blue and black deck that takes advantage of Proft's Eidetic Memory, card from Karlov Manor that lets us have no maximum hand size, kinda cycles itself when it enters the battlefield, but more importantly, at the beginning of combat on our turn, we get to put some +1/+1 counters on one of our creatures, where X is the number of cards we've drawn this turn -1. So think of it like the number of extra cards you've drawn this turn, that's how many counters we get to put on something. So there are a lot of lines this deck can follow, but most of it involves around a couple of early plays and then taking advantage of the gigantic number of cards we get to draw later on. One possible path we can go with is a turn 1 Flyer, followed by a turn 2 Eidetic Memory, and then a turn 3 Inspired Idea, putting 3 +1/+1 counters on things, drawing 3 cards, but not being affected by the reduced hand size because of the Eidetic Memory. But then if those pieces don't fall into place, everything else kind of fits together really well, and we've got things like Gix and Kaito to take advantage of our attacking creatures and continue to draw cards, and of course who else loves to draw cards but Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Great way to come back for us against an aggressive deck. Since we don't have a whole lot of removal in here, it's kind of nice to be able to get that little cushion of life back with a surprise inspired idea. So now let's see some games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder. Alright, it's time to go first. We've got Faerie Mastermind. Spyglass Siren we'll start off with. Really gonna have to learn how to mulligan with this deck. So we've got Inspired Idea and Proft. Geist of St. Proft. Proft's Eidetic Memory. Let's play this Bloodcaster here. Start filling up the board with flyers. If nothing else, we've got a good flyer army going and this Bitter Triumph to take care of maybe the last thing that gets in our way. Alright, so we're up to 3 mana. 3 of a kind in the Masterminds. Let's go exploring on the Siren. Ooh, Gix. Ooh, Gix could find us exactly what we need here. I was a huge fan of the card Coastal Piracy a while ago, and it's had some similar cards since then, but the feeling of just playing out a few early flyers and then drawing off of the piracy, or in this case, drawing off a Gix, is something we got to try for. Opponent with a Preacher. Let's flash in this Mastermind end of turn. Preacher can't block our stuff, so we're going to just go ahead and do Gix. Attack with all 3. Get our opponent down to 9. Draw a casual 3 cards at the cost of 3 life. Pick up some land. Oh, there's a Sheoldred. All right. So if the opponent's able to wipe this board, Sheoldred could give us some reach. Get us the last few yards, as they say. Ooh, opponent with the End. A cheeky the End. Gonna go through our deck, pull out all of our copies of Gix, which I think we are about 3. Attacks with the Preacher. Oh, they're gonna get a lifelink token. That could change the math in this race here. So, yeah, let's go attacking first. That draw 3 was nice. Opponent down to 3. We can play Bitter Triumph. I don't think that makes a difference yet. I would love to save that if they have a flyer. Let's go ahead and pass. So we could have Sheoldreded there, but if they've got a board wipe anyway, it still just gets them down to 1. This way, if they board wipe, we can flash in double Mastermind and hopefully carry the day. Alright, opponent attacks with Preacher and the Vampire. Alright, so we take 3, drop to 12. They're up to 4 from that token. We do have Bitter Triumph if there's any kind of blocker or troublesome creature. No. I think we flash these in anyway. I think this is the right way to go. Another the End. Ouch. Well, we better flash in this other Mastermind then. We pretty much got them all. We might as well flash them in now. So they're not going to be able to pluck this one away because it's on the stack. Obviously doesn't hit other copies in play. So now, even barring removal, yeah, we should have it. All right, good game. Okay. Well, we've got the Inspired Idea. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. So we've got Sheoldred in hand, and I believe that's one way we can capitalize on Inspired Idea. think we start with Reef here. That's going to enable us to play all of our, well, some of our stuff on turn 2. Oh, there's a Darkslick Shores. Problem solved. Question is, which creature? Let's get this Bloodcaster going. Opponent's on white and red, excuse me, so probably going to see a play with Fire or Lightning Strike. No. Lots of spot removal in those colors, so we kind of just have to lay it down and hope for the best. Let's get this Spyglass Siren going. We're going to have a big tell and not immediately crack this token. Opponent having a good think here. This is going to let us flash in Mastermind. Let's go, opponent. War Leader's Call. Ah, you're one of them. Okay. Yeah, that card can get out of hand kind of fast, but I think we're off to a pretty good start. Let's see where we can take this. So we're able to flash in the Mastermind, meaning we've got 5 on board. We can lay Sheoldred down. That's going to be another 2. Dropping them to 11 on the draw. And so we're kind of threatening lethal here between these attacks and this trigger. Opponent's got Animpakal, Thousandth Moon. We've got Inspired Idea. Opponent with the good game. I mean, I guess so. We're going to go Restless Reef. Just send everybody in, and we'll mill you. But yeah, I don't think there's enough on the board to block all of this. Let's see, the opponent blocks the Reef. They take 9, and then a trigger from Sheoldred should do it, unless you've got removal on your upkeep. Opponent decides no blocks, and good game. Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's do another one here. I'm going to mulligan this. Ooh. We got the Eidetic Memory. Double Gix. We can probably put one of him away. Let's do this. So the kind of the big draw of this deck is playing Eidetic Memory with Inspired Idea. We get to have no maximum hand size, as you can see. So that kind of counteracts the effect of Inspired Idea, which if you play it for the cheaper cost, reduces your hand size by 3. Let's start off with this Bloodcaster. The nice thing, though, about this deck, I will say, so Memory is cool, but even just Inspired Idea by itself, a nice draw 3, by the time you reach that point where you want to be drawing 3 Tithing Blade? Really? Huh. Okay. Well, let's get, let's get Gix down then. What was I saying? By the time you want to be drawing 3 with Inspired Idea, even if it's all by itself, it's usually not a bad thing that we've reduced our hand size. Okay, so the crafty side of that blade is not much to worry about. Alright, of course, opponent has Virtue of Persistence. It might just be worth getting Memory down right now. You get to cycle it, essentially. Alright. Sounds good. We'll pass it on over. Visage of Dread. It's going to take an artifact or creature. Let's flash in the Mastermind. Leave our opponent with no options of things to take. Alright. Nothing but lands, unfortunately. Well, here's the thing we've been waiting for. Let's go Inspired Idea with Eidetic Memory on board. We're going to do the cheap version, because it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just go attacking here. We can save our blood token for the next turn. Nice casual 5/4 flyer. Alright, well, nothing we can do there. This is not a deck that sports the counter magic or much protection for its creatures. Let's go blood token, try to find something else to play. We get Reef. We've got double Sheoldred, but against a black deck, that's kind of a tall order. We're going to slam it anyway, and hopefully it works out for the best. Don't really need to put counters on Sheoldred. She is already formidable enough as it is, as opponent lays down Phyrexian Arena. Well, let's keep the damage going. While the opponent is kind of shields down, we'll power up the Reef. This will be a nice attack for 8 here. Let's mill us. Wow, what? That was all lands. Shuffler not kind to us today. Ouch, and Sheoldred really punishing that opponent for playing Phyrexian Arena. They're down to 2. Oh, and that was it. Wow. Okay, good game. Alright, back for another one here. Yep, let's keep this. Sadly, have not been drawing as many of the 1/1 flyers as I would have liked. That's kind of the ideal start, you know, you get the you get a 1-mana flyer down on turn 1. Okay, well, good game, chicken strip. Alright, back at it here. Cryptic Coat in the opener. This was great in Limited when I got to play at the Karlov Manor quasi-pre-release I was in. We'll give it a try here. Alright. Opponent shocks our face. Spyglass Siren makes a map token. So the ideal draws for us here would be to get Eidetic Memory going. It's a Mastermind. That's fine. That's fine. This deck can put up a good fight, and it's got a bit more of a surprising race quality, thanks to these flashable flyers. Thermo Alchemist, very annoying to play against for... If you've got an opponent who's not on their toes and does not realize that they've got all this priority, then kind of a pain. But this person seems to be on top of things. Play with fire to the face. Scries to the top. Are they going to go ahead and hit us with the Alchemist? They are. Okay, looks like that's it for their turn. Let's flash in the Mastermind. Oof. Third copy of Gix is a little painful. If we can get to Sheoldred, though, then we could kind of turn that all around. Let's put Gix down. Kind of want to dip a little bit down in life. Let's go attacking. We're going to draw 2. It's going to cost us 2 life. We get Preacher and a Triumph. Okay. Triumph could help take care of this Alchemist, but I'm really trying to get to Sheoldred. That does put us ahead, right? If we attack and we've got a Gix on the board, we still profit 1 life per attack. Opponent with a second Alchemist and a Kumano, dropping us to 8. Shipwreck Marsh, so happy to see you. Let's go Sheoldred. We're going to attack with everybody. All 3 get in, dropping the opponent to 10, so that's... What? Oh, come on. Come on, this was going to be so good. We were going to come back. Alright, I see triggers. Okay, there... Oh, phew, I was worried. This is working, right? Yes. Okay, we pay 1 life, we gain 2. Alright. No funny math here. Let's toss one of these Gix out. We did pick up an Eidetic Memory there. Can our opponent deal with this Sheoldred? Or do they have enough burn to finish us here? And they're going for it. That's 2 from the Alchemist, so each spell comes with a bonus 2 damage now. Okay, there's Thrill. That's another 2 damage. Oh, but Sheoldred's going to punish him for that. And Mastermind's going to give us a card. Oh, which has given us life! Yes! Alright, well, opponent really taking the beating from Sheoldred here. Looking for those cards, and we are just inadvertently gaining the life back, and yeah, not much you can do there. Good game. Ooh, this might be the one. We've got a Faerie Dreamthief in hand. A unimpressive creature on its own. We're going to start with Swamp and Dreamthief. We get a nice Surveil 1. I'm going to keep that. I believe there are only 4 pieces of removal in this deck, so you kind of got to play it like a conservative counterspell player. Let's go with the Eidetic Memory here. So that's going to draw an extra card. We're going to put a counter on the Thief. Okay, now Magical Christmas Land is where we draw Inspired Idea next turn. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, they're not all going to be winners. We could go wide with the 2 1/1s, or we could do a bit of exploring off of the map token. Let's go exploring. We'll put it on the thief. Caster. Don't quite need caster. We're pretty good on creatures. And let's go attacking for 3 here. Lay down this reef. Opponent appears to be on the black and green plan, and that's all she wrote. All right there. Good game. All right, I think we got time for a few more. Opponents are really giving up early to some of this stuff. Let's mull that. Ooh. Yeah, no, we just need to pick up like a turn 2 flyer, and I think we can make this work. It's a little slow. Opponent with a Phoenix Chick. Okay. Let's go Underground River. Let's just slam the memory now. There's Sheoldred. Okay, that could be cool with an inspired idea. Question is, how quickly is our opponent going to attack us here? Monstrous Rage. Classic. Drops us to 15 with that attack. Another Sheoldred. Let's lay the Shipwreck Marsh. Let's play Gix here. So, opponent's on red and black. Interesting. So they got the Hopeless Nightmare too. Well, let's pitch one of these Sheoldreds. It's making me a little nervous. If we play Sheoldred, they might just be able to remove it, but let's see what our options are here. Okay, there's land number 4. I think we gotta go for it, because now we can attack with Gix. We can do our little pay 1, gain 2. Okay, so we're at 12. Sheoldred punishing our opponent. Now we've got Inspired Idea for next turn, and that's going to enable us to just gain 6 life straight away. What was that? Phoenix Chick, a 6/5. What? Callous Sellsword. Oh no! That was great. Good game. Okay, I think this will work. We've got a good curve, even though we have no eidetic memory in hand. But that's fine. These all play well together anyway. That's the great thing about some of these decks. You get enough synergy going, it doesn't matter if you draw certain cards. Everybody plays well together. Alright. 2 mana, we're going to attack with the Dreamthief. Keep up 2 mana for the Faerie Mastermind. Opponent taking a look at the Dreamthief. Often not worth removing, which oddly is something it has going for it, so we can hopefully stack some counters on it. Opponent with the Underdog, so we'll flash in the Fairy. 3 mana, let's go for Gix. Attempt to draw 2 here. Drop our opponent to 17 with those attacks. Yes, we will pay the life. We got a Sheoldred and an Inspired Idea. Opponent attacks with the Underdog. No blocks. Get Lost for Gix. Probably a good idea. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's drop Sheoldred now. There's really nothing they can do. We'll attack down to 14. I mean, nothing they could do on that turn. They were tapped out. Not really, doesn't really matter if it's pre or post combat at that point. You try to make the best decisions you can. You try to speak as clearly as you can. But no, there's a lot to keep track of in this game. But you know, good to practice that anyway. Opponent with the fancy soul transfer on my creature. Sheoldred is gone. We pick up a Restless Reef, which is going to take a turn to get online. So I think what we do here, let's try for a Kaito. Let's go attacking. This will let us do just a straight draw with Kaito. Bitter Triumph. Alright, well, let's play the Reef. And I guess we'll go map token on the Dreamthief. Get a Darkslick Shores. Okay. So opponent has a Restless Fortress they can attack with. Kaito is safe from the Underdog for this turn. We need a couple more turns to try to finish this one off. When it goes Graveyard Trespasser, ouch. Eats the Gix out of the graveyard, drops us to 7 with that trigger. And we pick up an island. We are a little slow in the damage department. And I don't think we have enough mana to do everything I really want to do this turn. So this may be kind of a wait and see type of thing. We're going to go attacking. Opponent with 2 mana up, but no removal. Let's draw with Kaito. We get Gix. Okay, let's pass it on over there. Oh, Glutton flipped. Oh. This... Okay, I think we're okay. We've got Bitter Triumph in hand. So even if they fire up the fortress, which they're gonna do, okay. Just got to do this at the right time. And I'd like to discard. We'll target Glutton. Yes. So taking out the Glutton, I think we're at 1 after this attack. What are we doing? Yes, let's resolve that. And discard Gix. Okay, I think the math works out. Unless they want to throw it all at Kaito, but I don't think they do. Oh, and they're going to gain a little life from this, aren't they? Yeah, okay. Well, we're safe at 1, if the maths correctly. Yes, there we go. We can flash in 1 Faerie Mastermind, 2 Faerie Mastermind. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it is kind of nice. And we've got this Restless Reef on board. Cleverly camouflaged reef. Good game there, opponent. That was a very close one. Nice job.